All right, let's get you the details that are now developing as we speak, because the tumultuous day for the Congress party just 2 weeks before the first phase of Lok Sabha elections that are to be held. On one hand, Robert Vadra has declared himself that he wants to contest from Amethi, even though Congress party is playing its cards very closely as far as the bastions of Raebareli and Amethi are concerned. On the other hand, a CEC meeting that will be held today with the Congress party having to declare at least 231 candidates so far. This is all happening even as the exodus of key leaders that continues from the Congress party. Crucially as well, the Congress will be also unveiling its election manifesto in a few minutes from now. We are standing by for that. But let's start off with the poll manifesto itself, as we know that the Congress party will be including the at least 5 Nyays and the 25 guarantees, and the 5 guarantees each for Nyay in its election manifesto. Apart from that, we have key inputs on what the Congress party is likely to propose in its vision document as well. Sourcing telling your channel, as far as these 5 Nyays and Pachees Guarantees or the 25 guarantees are concerned, the Congress party is likely to propose for the implementation of the Sachar panel recommendation on the Muslim community. It will also take up the issue of misuse of probe agencies, and will also seek this to amend by when it comes to the PMLA, or that is the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. The Congress party manifesto may also seem to scrap EVMs and return to ballot papers in elections. It may also promise a probe on the now scrapped electoral bond scheme and PM CARES fund. There is also likely to be MSP guarantee to the farmers and strict laws against atrocities on backward classes and against examination paper leaks. That is also expected and to be mentioned in the Congress party election manifesto. Let me go across to Nyamika now. Nyamika, all of those reasons and factors that may have been brought upon by the BJP in the last 10 years, it seems that the Congress party is looking to reverse them or to implement a new idea, especially when it comes to the changing of laws or new ideas that will now be inducted in its election manifesto.
Well, absolutely, as all of the claims which are being made by the Congress party in the last 5 years, the attacks which are being made upon the BJP government, all of these promises are now being mentioned in the Congress manifesto for the upcoming 2024 general elections. As today, there is going to be a very important day for the Congress party. You can see behind me that the preparations are underway for the manifesto launch of the Congress party for the general elections, as the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge as well as the former Congress President Rahul Gandhi will be arriving here at the AICC headquarters shortly, as the Congress party is going to make several promises to the people of this country, which also includes the 5 Nyays and 25 guarantees which are being given by the Congress during the Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra. Whether it is about the women, farmers or youth, all of these sections are being included in the Congress manifesto. Whether it is about the right for job which is being given to the promise which is being made to the youth of this country. Apart from that, even for women, there is 50% reservation which is being promised by the Congress party in the government jobs. But not just that, the other points which are going to be mentioned in the Congress manifesto includes that there will be a strict law which is going to be implemented by, if the India bloc leaders will come into power, the India bloc parties will come into power, there will be a strict law which will be made against the atrocities against the backward classes, which is going to be named after Rohit Vemula. Not just that, but also there will be an implementation of the recommendation given by the Sachar committee. This is being done in view of seeking the votes from the minority community, as the Congress party has been continuously raising this entire matter. Not just that, the manner in which the Congress has been attacking the BJP government over the alleged misuse of central agencies. It is being informed to us by our sources that there will be several amendments which can be done if the India bloc will come into power in the PMLA Act, because the Congress and the other opposition parties have been continuously saying that by this act, the BJP government had tried to strengthen the agencies like ED and CBI in an aim to attack the opposition parties and the opposition leaders, and that's the reason why Congress is now promising that there will be several amendments.
We're standing by for that in just a bit, as we are looking at a lot of movement there right behind Nyamika as far as the Congress party election manifesto is going to be announced. But so far, what are the 5 Congress Nyay that they have been guaranteeing for the poll manifesto? Let's talk about them one by one. The first one is Hissedari. This is the Hissedari Nyay, as far as it's been also divided into 5 parts. As far as participative Nyay is concerned, this is what it includes when it comes to socio-economic caste census, removal of the 50%, also the reservation cap, special budget for the SC, STs that is also concerned. This is all going to be included in हिस्सेदारी न्याय. Let's talk about Yuva or the Youth Nyay. This is the second guarantee that Congress party is talking about. 30 lakh new central government jobs that is now expected. This is the bharosa that is now being given to the youth. 1 year apprenticeship for educated youth at 1 lakh per annum. There is also another one as far as law to end paper leaks. Paper leaks se mukti, the law to completely end all paper leaks. And this is how the promises are being made to the youth. Let's talk about the Kisan Nyay or the Farmer Nyay, where they have been saying that सही दाम MSP की लीगल गारंटी, कर्ज माफी आयोग, बीमा भुगतान का सीधा ट्रांसफर, सही आयात निर्यात नीति, and also GST मुक्त खेती. These are the promises that has now been made to the farmers. Let's talk about the fourth one, which is the Nari Nyay. Let's move on and get you the Nari Nyay, which goes on to say that Mahalakshmi, which is 1 lakh per year for one woman in every poor family, Adi Abadi, Pura Haq, 50% women reservation and new central government jobs, Shakti ka Saman Adhikar, Maitris and Savitri Phule hostels is something that they are now looking forward to include in their party election manifesto. Let's talk about the last one, which is the Shramik Nyay or the Workers Nyay. Swasthya Adhikar, Shram ka Samman, Shehri Rozgar Guarantee, Samajik Suraksha and Surakshit Rozgar are the promises that are now being made as far as the election manifesto is concerned. But the more important point as far as the minorities are concerned, the promises that the Congress party is likely to make to the minority communities when it comes to the implementation of Sachar committee recommendations on the Muslim community. As far as this member community that was formed by Dr. Manmohan Singh back in 2005, there is includes the education recommendations. Muslims are double disadvantaged. There is also a low level and low quality of education that is now been imparted. The government and increase the schools in Muslim areas. These are the factors that are likely to be included when it comes to the Sachar committee recommendations, and also make available scholarships and free textbooks as well. The skill learning for the girls and madrasa educated children as well, that is to be included. Fewer Muslims in regular salaried jobs, more Muslims in self-employed home-based work, and more vulnerable due to being informal as far as the economy there is concerned. These are the pointers there mainly that are likely to be included when it comes to the election manifesto of the Congress party. Also identifying when it comes to the negative zones where facilities are needed, and in job section there is deficit in salaried jobs that also need a correction. They have experts also from Muslim community to be in the interview panel and issue central and instructions to the states and the union territories as well. Even when it comes to riot and conversion, there is a strong action it is going to call upon on this, especially when it comes to the government to ensure that there is anti-conversion laws that are kept with the liberal principle, and also when it comes to reviewing the district level powers over conversions that seems to be taking place, and anti-conversion legislation also to apply when it comes to reconversion to interest. Even when it comes to the temple to Buddhist communities as well, compensating the minorities losing properties due to communal rights, all of this are likely to be mentioned. In fact, when it comes to the election manifesto of the Congress. But apart from the manifesto launched, the Congress party is also likely to hold meetings of its CEC, which is the Central Election Committee. So far, the Congress has announced 231 candidates in the last 7 lists, and sources tell your channel that when it comes to Delhi, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Haryana are likely to be discussed today. Crucially, it also remains to be seen if the suspense over Amethi and Raebareli will end. But the list of probables that has now been accessed, let's talk about Haryana and for Delhi per se, because the list that has now been made so far, these are the probables that are now doing the round as far as the names that have now come out. Of course, when it comes to in UP and in its entirety, that is also yet to be announced by the Congress party. But the probables list is also concerned as the names that have also come out. Let me go across to Nyamika for that, because Nyamika, the probables, Haryana and Delhi, that also includes when it comes to many of them have served the Congress party for a very long time, including the newbies as well. How are we looking at this big CEC meeting that is to be taking place today?
Well, absolutely. If we talk about Delhi in particular, then it is going to be a very important one, because the 3 names which are coming and it was being suggested by the screening committee includes the 3 ex-MPs of the Congress party, whether it is about Chandni Chowk constituency, then JP Agarwal name is being suggested by the screening committee to the Congress CEC. and as he is a very prominent leader within the national capital, and that's the reason why, because considering his seniority and his experience, Congress party has suggested his name for the constituency of Chandni Chowk in the national capital. If we talk about the northeastern region of the national capital, then it is Sandeep Dixit, who is the son of the former Chief Minister of Delhi, Sheila Dixit, whose name is getting considered by the Congress party. Earlier, there were two names which are also being suggested by the screening committee members of the Congress, which includes the Delhi Congress President Arvind Singh Lovely, as well as the former President of Delhi Congress, Anil Chaudhary. They both name have been suggested by the screening committee members. But if we talk about Arvind Singh Lovely, then he has said that I want to focus on the assembly elections, and that's the reason why he declined the offer and had said that he doesn't want to contest the Lok Sabha elections, and that's the reason why there were two names which are being suggested by the screening committee members, which includes Sandeep Dixit and Anil Chaudhary. However, as per the sources, the final stamp which is going to be made by the Congress CEC is of Sandeep Dixit's name from the northeastern region of the national capital. But if we talk about now about the northwestern segment of the Congress of the national capital, then it is Udit Raj, who is a Dalit face of the Congress party, and that's the reason why Congress is considering his name to contest the upcoming Lok Sabha election.
At least for Delhi, which is concerned, because remember when it comes to the 3 seats that the Congress party has been given, 4 that will be contested by the Aam Aadmi party in Delhi, being an alliance there. Let's talk about the neighbouring Haryana as well, the probables that are now coming to light. Nyamika, one by one, please also talk about the probables for Haryana when it comes to Dipinder Hooda, Kumari Shelja, Captain Ajay Yadav, Brijender Singh and Shruti Chaudhary. All of them are set to be the probables. We have Amandeep also with us right now. Amandeep, the probables for Haryana, if you can take us through them one by one.
Well, absolutely, Amita. The front runners for Haryana Lok Sabha seats. Number 1, Rohtak seat, which is the home turf of Bhupinder Singh Hooda. His son, Dipinder Singh Hooda, is the front runner for Rohtak seat just because he's a sitting MP as well. And after that, Faridabad. Former Minister Mahendra Pratap Singh is one of the politicians from the Congress party who's the Congress loyalist. His name can be considered, but former Minister Karan Dalal has also showed his interest to contest from the Faridabad seat of Lok Sabha as well. And Kumari Shelja might be the candidate from Sirsa or from Ambala, just because last time in 2019 she unsuccessfully contested from Ambala, and this time Ratanlal's wife Banto Kataria has been announced by BJP, and in fact that is the reason the possibility of Kumari Shelja from Ambala is very much likely, just because they wanted to give this seat to the woman candidate. And in fact Kumari Shelja was also the former chief of Congress party of Haryana as well. Remember, Amita, there are several probables, 2 or 3 per seat stake claimers, and in fact this is from the 2 groups, just because Congress is divided in Haryana into 2 groups. Number 1 group is Bhupinder Singh Hooda's group, and another group is Randeep Singh Surjewala, Kumari Shelja and Kiran Chaudhary. They all are together and they are opposing all the moves, and they are creating their own army in the Congress party. And in fact the list has been calculated according to the assembly elections, just because, Amita, after this Lok Sabha elections, immediately, almost after 3 months of this Lok Sabha election, Haryana to witness the assembly elections as well. So the candidates has been decided accordingly, and in fact the tussle between Bhupinder Singh Hooda and Kumari Shelja is all visible on the ground as well. So some of the candidates are from Kumari Shelja and Surjewala's camp, and some are from Bhupinder Singh Hooda's camp, and both are pressing and batting for their own candidates. So let's wait and watch, just because BJP has already announced 10.
For the benefit of our viewers, we're just going to put it on the screens to have a better understanding of what these probables are, what standing do they have in the position, and as far as they probably now being fielded by the Congress party exactly when it comes to them seeking the gains, because as Amandeep said, right after the Lok Sabha elections, there would be the assembly elections that Haryana would be facing. As far as, let's talk about Hisar, Chandra Prakash's name is in the front runner as far as Jai Prakash is also concerned. Brijendra Singh is also in the running as far as in Hisar we will talk about as per sources are concerned. Let's talk about the other constituencies as well. Now we talk about Karnal, that is Chanakya Sharma and Virendra Vashish. These are the front runners there for Karnal. Let's talk about the other locations as well. When it comes to the seats, we have as per sources that are also said that Sonipat, Brijendra Singh and Satpal also Brahmachari. These are the names for now. Amandeep, one after the other, as we have talked about Karnal, we have talked about Hisar. What could be the possibles that we talk about in Sonipat as well. These names that have been doing the rounds, what standing do they have within the Congress party, if you can take them one by one? Nyamika, if you can take that question, as we are discussing the probables there, Haryana would be all the more important for the Congress party now.
Well, absolutely, as Haryana is going to be discussed in today's CEC meeting, as it is going to be a very crucial state, because the probables list which we have accessed includes the name of Dipinder Singh Hooda, who is likely to contest from the Rohtak constituency. And if we talk about the other seats, then for Kumari Shelja, the two seats which are being suggested for her includes Ambala as well as Sirsa, as she has been continuously contesting from these two seats, whether it is Sirsa or Ambala. On one side, it is the Congress party which is deciding Kumari Shelja to contest from the Sirsa seat against as we have seen that how Kumari Shelja has been contesting from this particular seat.
Right.
But of course, it is going to be a very crucial
I think,
fight.
Yamika, we'll just go back to Amandeep. Of course, there's a lot of movement there behind you as far as the Congress party election manifesto is concerned. That will be announced. But Amandeep, right now, as we talked about, 3 seats probables when it comes to Hisar, when it comes to Karnal, and when it comes to Sonipat. Yes, Amandeep.
Well, absolutely, Amita. From Sonipat, Satpal Brahmachari and Barinder Singh, they both are staking the claim to be the candidate from the Congress party. And in fact, they both are the loyalist for the Congress party and even serving in the Congress party since years. And this time they have decided, just because after having the discussions within the Congress party, they both have decided not to contest the assembly election. That is the reason. But if one name will be reduced and other, maybe again claim for the assembly election as well. And even if we talk about Hisar, Chandra Prakash, Jay Prakash and former MP Barinder Singh, who has recently jumped from the BJP to Congress party. He is the former MP from Hisar itself. So there are certain names that has been decided by the Congress party to be the candidates, and in fact there are certain people who are from the camp of Bhupinder Singh Hooda, just because Bhupinder Singh Hooda is a leader of opposition and Congress president is also from Bhupinder Singh Hooda's camp. But parallelly, Randeep Singh Surjewala, Kumari Shelja and Kiran Chaudhary, they all three are campaigning on their own, separate from the party lines, and they are not giving any kind of program to the party as well. And in fact, from Mahendragarh and Bhiwani, Kiran Chaudhary's daughter Shruti Chaudhary is very much active on the ground, and Kiran Chaudhary, Bhupinder Singh Hooda and Kumari Shelja, they all are pressing for Shruti Chaudhary from Mahendragarh Bhiwani Lok Sabha seat. And in fact, she is a daughter of Kiran Chaudhary. That is the only reason. And in fact, Kiran Chaudhary is pushing and trying to establish her political grounds as well. And even we are not seeing any kind of strong candidate against Manohar Lal Khattar from Karnal. The Karnal probables are quite low as we just compare the profile of Manohar Lal Khattar with the Congress candidates as well. Just because after stepping down as a chief minister of Haryana, Manohar Lal Khattar's name was the first one which was announced by the BJP for the Karnal Lok Sabha seat. But there was a lot of discussions inside the party. There were a lot of names which took round in the party to decide the Karnal's candidate.
All of them are likely to be announced after nearly, when it comes to the discussion mainly that has taken place over probables in Delhi and also in Haryana, and of course the remainder seats that are still left to be announced in the state of Uttar Pradesh as well. Nyamika, Amandeep, thank you very much for the moment. We're also standing by for the Congress party election manifesto announcement that will happen in just a bit, heading into a short break.